Hello and welcome to Rathods IAS. Today in this session, we are going to discuss current affairs of 28th February 2024. So first of all, we are going to take Delhi edition of Hindu and we are going to pick out the articles which are relevant from our examination point of view. And we are going to see like different dimensions what you have to think from that article point of view. And even we are going to connect a single topic even with the different subjects so that you will be having a multi-dimensional approach regarding the topic. And one more small suggestion from my side here is don't read each and every article and each and every sentence, each and every word which is given in newspaper. It is not at all important. So how can you pick up the articles which are important from our examination point of view? So this is the question, right? So here the answer for this question is go through the syllabus copy, by heart the syllabus. Then you can easily understand like which topic is relevant from our examination point of view. So this is my sincere request because many students are spending like 3 hours, 4 hours on newspaper. So don't spend that much time, okay? So ideally you can spend like 1.5 hours to 2 hours of time on newspaper. That's it, not more than that. So let's get started with our discussion, and this is the front page of Hindu. So the first important article is 4 IAF pilots named as possible Gaganyaan crew. So this Gaganyaan, what is it? So this is the key word of this article and we are going to see this article in detail. Okay, so I will tell you the dimensions. So this article is talking about this Gaganyaan mission, right? So this Gaganyaan mission is important from your GS paper 3 under science and technology. So what are the dimensions that you need to know? So first you have to know about what is this Gaganyaan mission. We have to see like what is this Gaganyaan mission. And next important point here you have to know like what are the important features, and even you have to think about why India is sending humans into space, and you have to see like what is the significance. You have to see like what is the significance of this mission. So all these are very important concepts, okay? And even you have to remember one more thing. So if this mission is success, then what is the role of India? Okay, you have to think even what is the role of India in new space era. So what is the role of India in new space era? So this is very important. Clear? And now let us move back. And let us see the notes of this topic. So as usual, I came with the notes, and the first topic it is about this Gaganyaan mission. So why it is in news? So our Prime Minister announced names of 4 astronauts who are going to space under this Gaganyaan mission. So Gaganyaan is a manned space flight mission and we are planning to launch this mission in year 2025. And now here our Prime Minister, he announced the names of 4 astronauts. So because of this is in news and this is a very important article of the day. So if you see the details, it says that the names of Indian Air Force pilots. So one is Prashant Balakrishnan Nair. Next one is Captain Ajit Krishnan. Next one is Group Captain Angad Pratap and Wing Commander Shubhanshu Shukla. So these were the 4 persons they are going to enter into space under this Gaganyaan mission, right? So according to ISRO, this Gaganyaan program, so this program is designed and it is going to demonstrate indigenous capability to undertake human space flight mission to low Earth orbit. So we are sending these astronauts into low Earth orbits. So here you can also think about one more dimension, that is types of orbits. So in these types of orbits we have low Earth orbit, middle Earth orbit and also high Earth orbit. So these are the 3 different types of orbits you have to know. And this Gaganyaan mission is sending astronauts to this low Earth orbit. And the mission is expected to pave way for sustained India human space exploration program in the long run. So we're talking about this Gaganyaan mission. So Gaganyaan mission, it is the mission of ISRO. So you can get a question like Gaganyaan mission, it is a mission of European Space Agency or NASA, like that. So you should be very much clear, like, so this Gaganyaan mission, it is a mission of ISRO. And under this Gaganyaan schedule, so there are 3 flights will be sent into orbit. So there will be 2 unmanned flights and 1 will be manned flights. And Gaganyaan system module is called as orbital module, and it will be having 3 Indian astronauts including a woman with a circle. It will circle Earth at the low Earth orbit. So what is altitude? Altitude is 300 to 400 kilometers from Earth for 5 to 7 days. So these are some key facts regarding this Gaganyaan mission. So if you see this image, you can understand about how this mission is going to be work. So this GSLV Mark III, so we are using this vehicle to launch, and after 16 minutes it will be reaching this low Earth orbit. Okay, and what happened, we are having the power. So power we will be generating from this solar, that is solar array deployment will happen. So later on 5 to 7 days, so this will be staying in the space, and after that we will be going for deboosting, and after the deboosting, so there will be separation of crew and service modules. And what happens, so from this crew module, so these parachutes are used by these astronauts and they will be coming onto the space, onto this Earth, and they will be mainly landing on this Arabian Sea on this Gujarat coast. So this is the planned way. So if you want to know about this deboosting and orbiting etc., so please watch this Antariksh movie. So in that movie they clearly depicted, especially last 30 minutes of movie, so they clearly depict what is this deboosting, so how they are going to come back, everything they gave in a very detailed thing. So go through that movie, at least last half an hour of the movie, so that you can understand how this process is going on. And that is a very good movie that I can say. Okay, so how the data is retrieved and what are the challenges which are faced by this astronauts in the space. So that is everything which is clearly depicted. So I suggest you to watch that movie if you are not having time now. So after prelims you can watch that movie. So it is a one movie that you have to see as a UPSC aspirant. So now let us see what is the significance of this Gaganyaan mission. So if this mission is successful, it will be helpful in enhancement, that is increasing of science and technology levels in our country. And even our country is going to inspire the youth. Okay, and it will also involve numerous agencies, laboratories, disciplines, industries, departments. So even this mission will be helpful for improvement in this industrial growth. And recently government has announced a new organization, that is InSpace. So it is also helpful for the private participation in the space sector. And this mission will also help to develop technology for social benefits, and even it will be helpful for improving this international collaboration also. So in this way we are having lots and lots of advantages of this Gaganyaan mission. I hope it is clear, right? So if you are understanding the topics, and if you are getting like how to read the newspaper, and if you are understanding the way you have to connect the subject with the different things, then please hit the like button. So don't forget to hit the like button. And from tomorrow onwards we are going to have class on digital board. Okay, don't worry. So for today please do adjust and please do encourage me. So from tomorrow onwards, as usual, we will be having class by using digital board for sure at any cost. So okay, now let us see the next topic. Okay, let us go back to our front page of Hindu, and here in the front page itself you can see one more important and interesting article, that is 10,000 genome project completed, says government. Our government says that yes, we have done with this 10,000 genome project. So this is the one important keyword, that is 10,000 genome project. So now let us see the dimensions that you have to see from this article point of view. So it is talking about 10,000 genome project. Yes, you have to understand what is the meaning of genome. So what is this genome? And you have to say what is this genome sequencing. Okay, you have to see what is this genome sequencing, and you have to see what is this project first of all, and later on you can understand what is the significance. So from significance from genome sequencing you can expect mains question, and from this project you can expect prelims based question. So this article is important from GS paper 3 under science and technology, and even from GS paper to social issues point of view. Okay, and even from GS paper to under health also this article is very important. And there is a high chance of getting question regarding this 10,000 genome project for sure in your prelims. Okay, so now let us see some important facts regarding this topic. Okay, so this article is talking about, as usual, that is 10,000 genome sequencing project. So why it is in news? Yes, our government, that is Department of Biotechnology, officially announced that yes, we completed 10,000 genome project. So this 10,000 genome project, it is an attempt to create a reference database of what? Of whole genome sequencing out of India. Okay, it is an attempt to create a reference database of whole genome sequences out of India. And if you see some details, it says that, so while India is the first, came up with the sequencing of complete human genome in 2006, and later on we also created a database. Okay, we also created a database that is representative of Indian population diversity, which is seen as a very important key step of being able to learn about genetic variants. And even it is also very much unique to India's population groups, and that can use that to customize the drugs and as well as therapy. So for all these things, so it is very important. And about 20 institutions across India, so about 20 institutions across India, they are involved in this project with Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, and the Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology, Hyderabad. So they are the leading institutions which are coordinating with this project. So not only these two organizations, so we have about 20 institutions, they are participating in this 10,000 genome project. So out of this, the important one is the Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology and Indian Institute of Science. So if you see some more important things, the Indian population of 1.3 billion consists of over 4,600 population groups, and many of them, they are endogamous. So these are the important factors that are leading to this genetic diversity of current population. So what is the meaning of this genome sequencing? So genome is nothing but it is a complete set of genetic instructions. So it is a complete set of genetic instructions which are present in an organism in its DNA. So in its DNA, so whatever the genetic instruction is there, so we are taking out of that complete set of information. So this complete set of genetic instructions which are present in an organism is called as genome. So genome sequencing means nothing but sequencing is sequence of occurrence of the 4 nucleotide bases, that is adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine, etc. Okay, so these genome, they are made up of over 3 billion of these genetic letters, and whole genome cannot or can't be sequenced at all at once because we are having different methods of genome sequencing that can only handle short stretches of DNA at a time. Okay, so genome sequencing is a very important technique that we can use to read and to interpret the genetic information, so which is present in DNA and as well as RNA. So these are the important points that you have to remember regarding this genome sequencing. And what is the significance of this genome sequencing? So we can understand the virus. The purpose of this genome sequencing, it is to understand the role of certain mutations, okay, which are increasing in this virus infectivity, and even some mutations which helps our immune escape for virus ability to evade antibiotics, so which have the consequence of vaccines. And this one is studying efficacy. It also helps in studying whether the vaccines developed so far are effective against such a mutant strains of virus, and that can prevent reinfection or not, and that can prevent this transmission or not. So we all understand this efficacy also. And this one is we can also trace mutations. So sequencing of the genome of various strains or viral strains, it is very important from no thy enemy point of view, and even it becomes easier to trace the mutations. And by using that study, we will be getting knowledge. So through that knowledge, we can go for development of vaccines, developing diagnostics and potential therapeutics and vaccines. And this one is vital information. So it is important, especially that we can get some important and findings they can be derived from this genome sequencing of those who tested for COVID-19. So in this way here, yes, we have lots and lots of applications or the lots and lots of significance of this genome sequencing. I hope it is clear, right? And now let us move back to our paper. So in the city page, I found nothing much important. In the states page, that is page number 3 here, you can see one article, that is NHRC seeks detailed report from Delhi government on mauling of toddler by stray dogs. So stray dogs had become lots and lots of menace in many areas, especially in urban areas. Yes, they are attacking the children and they are killing children for their food. Okay, so here you have to know about, so what are the possible reasons for this stray dog menace? And if you are a municipal commissioner, so what are the steps that you are going to take? So all these things are very important. Please try to focus on this. And even there is one keyword, that is NHRC. You have to see like what is this NHRC, and you have to see like what is the composition and what is the mandate or what is the work or the powers and functions of this NHRC. So NHRC, it is not a constitutional body, it is a statutory body. Clear? Yes, now let us move on to the next topic. It is about Similipal. Similipal seeks more female tigers from other region. So here you have to focus on the Similipal tiger reserve and you have to see like why they are getting more female tigers from other regions. Okay, so this article, as I said, it is important from your GS paper 3 under environment and ecology. So here you have to see why this is in news, and you have to see some important facts regarding this tiger, and especially you have to know some facts regarding this Similipal tiger reserve, and even you have to see map of this Similipal tiger reserve as well. So if you see the context, it says that so there is some concerns regarding the sizable number of the pseudo-melanistic tigers. So there is increased incidence of melanistic tigers in Similipal tiger reserve. So why? What is the reason here is they are going for inbreeding. So because of this inbreeding, we can see there is some generation, some mutations they are coming up. So now Odisha government has written to this National Tiger Conservation Authority to consider introducing female tigers from other landscape to this reserve. So actually they are going for this inbreeding. So inbreeding is one of the important reason for this thing like this. Okay, so here we are focusing on especially inbreeding. So whenever they are going for breeding within, that will lead to mutation. So here we need to have this other important species. Okay, so that is the thing which mainly said here. And if you see the details, it says that according to All India Odisha Tiger Estimation Survey, it said that 30 tigers were found in the state's forest, and out of this 24 are adults and others are like small. And this Similipal Tiger Reserve is currently holds the largest share of state's tiger population. Okay. So it also houses all adult female tigers in the state. So if we're talking about the problem here is they are going for inbreeding. Okay, inbreeding. So because of inbreeding, mutations are going on. So they are forming these melanistic tigers. So according to study which conducted by multiple authors, including molecular ecologist Uma Ramakrishnan. So it is not at all important, but you have to see, like, according to the study, it said that so approximately 37% of tigers in the Similipal tiger reserve, they are having this pseudo-melanistic. So it is a condition where we can see like white merged stripes. So here you can see, so normally tiger should be in orange color. Now you can see here entire strips, they had been merged here. So this is called as melanistic tiger. So one more interesting thing I want to say, I don't know whether you know it or not. So melanin is an important concept that is responsible for our complexion of skin. For example, I will be not pure white, I will be not pure black. So in middle somewhere, okay, so I have this less amount of melanin. So my husband is having the high amount of melanin, and even my mama, she is having the good amount of melanin, even my brother. Okay, like that here, based on this melanin, so you can see the complexion. That means if you are having melanin high, so we can see dark complexion. So melanin less means light complexion. Clear? Yes, I have to show this map. So here in this area, we have the Similipal National Park. So now let us see where the Similipal National Tiger Reserve is located. So it is located in this Mayurbhanj district in the northern part of this Odisha region, and is surrounded by high plateaus in the hills. Okay, the highest peak among the twin peaks here is Kairibru and Megashni. So it was declared as Tiger Reserve in year 1956 and also included under this National Conservation Program. And if you see this Project Tiger, so we came up in year 1973. So the Similipal Tiger Reserve was one of the transitional area of 2,250 square kilometers, and even World Network of Biosphere Reserves by UNESCO, which is mainly included this area in 2009. So if you're talking about terrain of this, so terrain is mostly undulating and hilly, interspersed with open grass system and wooded areas. And vegetation, we have the mix of forest types and as well as different habitats, with northern tropical most moist deciduous forest. And even we can see some important animals like Kolha, Santala, even we have some important tribes like Kolha, Santala, Bhumija, Batudi, Gondas, Khadia, Mankadia, Sahara. So these were some important tribal people, they usually present in this region. So now let us see next topic. So these are some important things that you have to see. And now let us see next topic. Now let us see the next article. So you can directly move on to this editorial page. So actually in this editorial page, there is nothing much important in our today's newspaper. Yeah, 1 minute, let us move on to this editorial page. And this topic which is talking about household consumption expenditure survey, and yesterday's class and day before yesterday's class we discussed that, so we are not going to take the discussion today. So if you want to watch this topic, so please do watch yesterday's and day before yesterday's class, so that I detailedly discussed about that topic. And next topic, it is about India's space exploration. So it is about Gaganyaan mission. So I discussed this topic in the first article itself. And you can move on to this text and context page. Here you can see one article, that is why science needs sustainable funding. So this article is at most important, and we are going to see this topic in detail. Okay, so this article is important from GS paper 3 under science and technology, and even from GS paper 3 under economy also we can connect this topic, because everything funding money which comes into this economy, right? So from this economy also we can see that topic. So if you see context, it says that funding for fundamental research in India is amongst the world's lowest. So if you are comparing with any other country, so what about the amount? Okay, so what about the money that we are spending in R&D? It is very low or less. So particularly for a country with high science and technology ambitions, so we are having lots and lots of ambitions. So even though we are not spending enough amount in this research and development. So in the recent past, India's research and development expenditure, which had dropped to 0.64% of GDP, and it is from 0.8% in 2008-2009, and 2017-18 it is 0.7%, and recently that had been further decreased to 0.64%. So if you see some details which are given in this article, it says that for India to reach the developed nation status, so now we are having the status of developing country, pink country, right? So we have three different type of countries. For example, developed, we have developing countries. Next one is less developed. So developed means nothing but European countries, America, Japan, like that. And developing countries like Asian countries, some Asian countries, and also some countries from Africa. So like that we have developing countries, and less developed countries are like African countries mostly. So if you're talking about the status of India, India's status is developing country only. So we are not yet developed. So if you want to get the status of developed country, yes, you have to spend in research and development. Okay. So this is the foundation of the demand to spend. At least there is a demand of at least to spend 3% of GDP on research and development annual, this every year until 2047. So in the last budget, our finance minister provided many indications that the government would like to spend more on this research and development. And even they are talking that we can focus on the more contributions from this private sector. So this is about this topic, and now let us move back to our newspaper. So let us go to this news page, and in this news page also I found nothing much important. Yes, here you can see one interesting article that is clear PM Awas Yojana dues, says Mamta. So we are focusing on one important scheme here. So whenever you are getting any scheme in news, that will be very important from your examination point of view. You have to keep this for sure in your mind. So this article is talking about PM Awas Yojana. Okay, so this article is talking about housing related scheme. So the target of this scheme of housing for all, it is 2022, but we crossed this, but it had not been achieved. So in this scheme we have two components. We have rural components and we have urban components. So what are the dimensions that you have to see? You have to see what is this scheme about and which is the ministry talking about this scheme, and you have to see like which type of scheme it is, whether it is central sector or centrally sponsored scheme, and you have to see like what are the important features, and even you have to see like what is the eligibility criteria for this scheme. So all these are very important, and whenever you are seeing any scheme in news, so you can expect a question in your prelims from this perspective, and these are the dimensions. And this topic is important from GS paper to under governance point of view, and even from GS paper 2 like social issues, and from GS paper 1 that is Indian society point of view also. So this article is very important. And even we are talking about finances of this Awas Yojana. So we can also connect this topic with GS paper 3 economy also. Clear? Any doubt so far? No, right? Yes, now let us move back to our page. Yes, here you can see like India to have its own space station by 2035, says our Prime Minister. So this is very important article, and this is very interesting article. So now let us see this topic. So this article is important from GS paper 3 under science and technology. Okay. So here you have to know about what is this space station, and even you have to know about what is this International Space Station also. So if you see the context why it is in news, after the names of astronauts, for this Gaganyaan mission were announced by our Prime Minister, our Prime Minister also, he made a statement that we are going to have our own space station by 2035. By 2035 we are going to have our own space station. So if you see details, it says that the 4 astronauts designates of Gaganyaan program whose names were revealed. They were not only merely the 4 names for 4 individuals, but those 4 are 4 powers like Shaktiyaan. So they are going to carry aspirations of 140 crore people into the space. So if we're talking about this Indian space station, so Indian space station will be much smaller. It will be around 20 tons than compared to that of ISS, that is International Space Station. And this Indian space station will be used to continue or to carry out some small microgravity experiments, but not for the space tourism. And the preliminary plan for the space station, it is to accommodate astronauts for up to 20 days in the space. Okay, so here when we are going for this Gaganyaan, so we are going to have this mission for 5 to 7 days. So after that we are going for extending of this Gaganyaan mission, and it will orbit Earth at an altitude of 400 kilometers. That means it will be moving in low Earth orbits. And ISRO is working on this space docking experiment, that is space DIX, and it is a technology which is crucial for making the space station functional. And this space docking, it is a technology, and this technology which allows to transfer the humans from one spacecraft to another spacecraft. So what is the significance of this statement is given by our Prime Minister? And if you have our own space station, so what are the advantages? So our own space station is very much helpful for collecting the meaningful scientific data, and especially for biological experiments. And it will also helpful for providing the platforms for greater number and the length of scientific studies. And each crew members, they will stay abroad the station for weeks or months, but rarely more than a year. And this a space station which are used to study the effects of the long-term space flights on the human body. So all these are the studies that we are going to do with the help of this Indian space station. And I want to give you today's main question is based on this space station itself, that is, what is India's plan to have its own space station? And you have to know even how it is going to benefit our space program. So this question is very important. It is also very relevant. So in this way you can expect questions in your examination. Okay, so this is about this topic. And now let us move on. So in the business page also I found nothing much important, even this world page also. So these are the at most important topics from our examination point of view. And now I will show like where you can get the notes of this class. This is our Telegram channel, that is Rathods IAS classes. So do join this Telegram channel because we are posting the notes here on daily basis. And one more thing here is, so once this offline gets started, then you will be getting lots and lots of videos on YouTube that will be helpful for your prelims and as well as mains. So please do subscribe to this channel also, that is YouTube channel of Rathods IAS Academy. And this is our website, Rathods IAS Academy website that you are seeing on the screen. So here we are providing lots and lots of courses which are very helpful for your prelims, and especially prelims is very much near. So if you have any doubts, or if you don't have the concepts of this subjects of history, economy, geography, polity, science and technology and environment, so please do join these courses. And the cost of this course is also very less, that is even less than 3,000 rupees. So entire economy, it is for 110 hours, but you will be getting that entire course for just 3,000 rupees and with a validity of 2 years. Okay, and history, it is for 140 hours. So you will be getting that course for 3,200 rupees. Okay, and environment and ecology for 1,000 rupees, like that. So try to join these courses, that will be absolutely very beneficial for your preparation, and that will helpful to clear even your prelims. Okay, and we are going to start offline soon, and we are going to provide even foundational course online and offline. So online course will be around 15,000 to 20,000 rupees only, including A to Z what is required for your prelims, mains answer writing practice, prelims series, booster course, everything will be included, and the price is just 15,000 to 20,000 rupees only. So try to join that course so that you will be getting enormous benefits. Okay, so you may thinking like prices very less, they are not going to teach anything. It is not at all like that. So quality is not at all compromised here for sure. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this class. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and share this video, and please do subscribe to Rathods IAS Academy. And tomorrow we are going to meet, and the class will be taken by using digital board. Until then, stay tuned to Rathods IAS. Thank you so much for watching.